They're off.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. You are watching PA Harness Week, racing's fastest paced half hour. I am your host, Britt Purdy, coming to you from the stunning Silver Springs Ranch. I am joined by the ever knowledgeable Heather Vitale.
Ever knowledgeable.
Right.
Charlotte McBride never called me ever knowledgeable. I'm just saying that because I know you're watching, Charlotte. But
What a great way to start week 3 with a compliment, right?
Thank you very much. You know, and fast-paced is like even an understatement because this show goes by so fast, but I know it's very cliche. We are definitely having fun though.
Absolutely, so much fun. This week on PA Harness Week, we'll take a tour of this stellar training facility, plus you'll meet veteran trainer Fred Grant. And despite the COVID-19 pandemic, farm life goes on. We have a special look inside at what that means. Those stories and much more next on PA Harness Week. The COVID-19 shutdowns have been extremely tough on the standardbred breeding industry, with many breeders having a tough time planning during this off-season. But nonetheless, life on the farm must go on. Racing's future depends on it. Here's more.
The breeding season happens in the spring and summer, so mares are still having their babies and now they have to raise their foals. We take care of them as if it was a great day and we're not in the middle of a pandemic.
Even though we're in the midst of a pandemic, we're planning for the future. Because our product cycle is 2.5 years, it has a lot to do with the prices that our yearlings bring when we sell them in the fall. 1 week a year, we sell our yearlings, and that's the money we live on for the rest of the year. It's hard for us, but we have to get through it. You know, we've gotten through hard times before and come back stronger, and I think we can do that again. So even though we're in the midst of a pandemic, we're planning for the future.
Got like 15 to check, a couple of early ones.
Well, operations on the farm have been pretty much as normal. They're looked at constantly. And as you could go around and look in the fields, you could look at the horses and tell that they're getting the best of care.
The level of care and commitment to our farm and our industry has not wavered.
Oh, good job, kid.
You can't feed horses from the comfort of your living room, so everybody has to still come to work every day.
Veterinary staff didn't notice things slowing down when the virus set in. Not for them.
I actually just graduated school in May, and the coronavirus allowed me to come out here and start working early. I love it. I love getting up, and I love coming and taking care of the horses. We're still here every morning between 6 and 7, and we go until 7 p.m. some nights.
It's more of a lifestyle than it is a job for most of us who work here, so it's just part of what we do and who we are.
When I get up in the morning, I get to come in here every single day and see these little foals, and that's what I'm passionate about, so I'm honored that I get to still do it every single day.
Looking back on it, it's been kind of inspiring, and I'll tell you why. The horses that are in stalls require room service and maid service. The people that work here with horses, one of the big reasons they do it is they love them, so they're still doing what they love.
A sincere thank you to all of our Pennsylvania breeders out there for creating the future of our sport and also for their love of our incredible standardbred breed.
Well, Heather, we do need to take a break now, but when we come back, we'll take an exclusive tour of the beautiful Silver Spring Ranch, and we'll take a look at a race from last year that definitely turned some heads. Plus, it's a global pandemic. For the good of the racing industry, we looked for a guardian angel. We'll tell you what we found coming up next.
Guardian Angel Oz wants to dictate the tempo.
At Mohegan Sun Pocono, the colors shine a little brighter. The meals are just a little tastier, and the slots a little hotter. When you're here with great friends, the good times seem to last a little longer. And you just may feel a little luckier. Best of all, it's all a little closer, so you can shine on anytime you like. Shine on, Mohegan Sun Pocono.
History. It's written by winners. At Diamond Creek Farm, we're breeding champions and rewriting the history books. Diamond Creek Farm, a cut above.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week. This week coming to you from the beautiful Silver Springs Ranch in Wyoming County. Now, I know we say this every week, but this is an absolutely stellar facility. We thought that we'd share the tour that we took with all of you.
When I bought it, there was nothing here. There was an old barn and a semblance of a track, and two aspects of it. There's a water facility on here, which has been fully developed, but also the track and what it offered to the area with Pocono, being a full-blown training facility. Kind of a vision of the future with nothing here.
And how have you gone about developing and changing this place since 2016?
Well, I brought in Ron Walsh, who's my partner in sense, that was with the property previously. With his knowledge and what we've done here, we built out our first barn, 64 horses, and expanded from there. It took about $500,000 into building the track and resurfacing it. And it's beautiful surrounding, it surrounds the lake. We put in one exerciser over there, which is a walking wheel. We've got a full-blown running wheel also. The full facility in here with great paddocks, and the track is the star attraction of what's here. The track they train on hard and fast. They run really good times. The people that are here, it's like a family, you know, and we're 20 minutes from Pocono, and there's no other facility around like this. There's not anything in the area or close by here that's anything close to what we do. A lot of people got a stable in for whatever they're racing for. You know, you're going to paddle it back to Jersey or New York, you want to overnight it, we got plenty of stalls available. With the addition of our second barn here of another 84 stalls, we have capacity for like 144 horses right now. Everybody that's been here, take a walk around, just the view. Our stall rents are real reasonable, whether they got the mountain view or the lake view. They're all the same. We have a 2-a-day fair race that's sanctioned by the state of Pennsylvania. Great turnout, great local audience. We got a lot of space, so there's that concern of social distancing and how do you do it. We could fit 2,000 people in here and everybody be 6.5 feet apart. So we'll have that. We also hold a Harvest Fest in the fall, which is a great outing that time of year when the colors are turning and people are eating pumpkin pie and having a great time.
Tell me a little bit about the history of this farm. I've heard it's got quite the interesting and extensive history.
Yes, the original family farm name was Rosenthal. It was built in 1961, and the father raced horses right when Pocono was being built. They were building this place. He was racing out at the Meadowlands and Monticello, and the farm came a long way in a short period of time. He bought it in '59, had it finished in '61, and then unfortunately in 1968 he died at a very young age of 54 years old. And it kind of fell by the wayside for a good amount of years. And I worked for the family. My dad was friends of the family all growing up. And I was able to get it in 2013 when they fell on hard times. And met Ken in 2016 and partnered up and we turned everything around, and here's where we are today.
We've come a long way. A big investment, a little bit of return, getting better. Couldn't have done it without my partner Ron, who's working here with me, and the crew that we have here that have been here for years, and those tenants that have weathered the storm and stuck it out, and here we are ready to go at it.
Are you looking forward to the track opening back up for 2020? What makes you excited about that?
Yes, because these guys really need to get back out there racing, and it's such a great sport for the area, and these guys really need to get going. So they train here every day. Their horses are looking good. I think it's going to be a good rest of the season.
It is time now for our race of the week from the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono. Since we don't have any new races from this season to show you, we're headed back for the Ben Franklin Constellation. And there's one horse we'd like to highlight at the front of the pack, and it's Highlighter.
Highlighter on even terms with the Filibuster Hanover and takes a slight lead. Filibuster Hanover relenting there. Rockin' Ron on the move is 2.5 back for Dunn. Meanwhile, Hitman Hill backed up in fourth. Second over comes Delta Winner. Whitaker also in the outer flow along with the trailer. Max Jackpot. Highlighter opening up here now to a 4-length advantage over Rockin' Ron at 3/4 and 120 flat. Highlighter trying to make a statement here, leading by 5. Rockin' Ron not putting a dent into the lead. Delta Winner on the outside, further back to Whitaker in fourth. At the top of the stretch, it's all Highlighter. His lead is 6 now. Rockin' Ron trying to come on. Delta Winner on the move, cutting into the margin somewhat, still keeping Highlighter to task. Let's watch the timer here as Highlighter erupts.
Thank you, Jim Baviglia, for another great call. Now, when they went past the 3/4 pole in 120, I was like, what is happening? Okay, but the answer to that question came pretty quickly when Highlighter crossed the finish line in 1:48. That time actually ended up being the fastest mile on a 5/8 mile oval for all of 2019. Highlighter is driven by Rick Still and trained by Jenny Beer. And actually, he has come back for 2020. He raced in Jersey last week. He won in 1:48 and 3, and he was at 40-1 odds winning. So we cannot wait to see Highlighter back here in Pennsylvania in action.
Let's move over to Harrah's Philadelphia for their race of the week. We are going to switch gates now and show you the trotters. We told you earlier we looked for a Guardian Angel this week, and we found it. Out in the front of the pack at the 2019 Maxi Lee is Guardian Angel Oz.
Guardian Angel Oz braces for the challenge now of the upstart Trolley. Pinkman still in the pocket third. On the outside, Homicide Hunter is fourth. Only 2 lengths off the lead. Well positioned by Napolitano with less than 3/8 to go. Top Flight Angel is no place to go fifth. Third up into the flow, $50 bill. Grasado Delanoche is no place to go. And Will Take Charge is dead last. 3/4, 123 and 2. Guardian Angel Oz still being handled confidently. Outside Trolley is second. 3 wide. Here comes $50 bill. Inside, Pinkman's looking for racing room. Top Flight Angel is behind him. Will Take Charge is on the scene. Still 5 lengths of work to do as they straighten away. Guardian Angel Oz is the one to catch now. Teatrix going to work. Outside, Pinkman second. $50 bill rallies on down the center, but it's Guardian Angel Oz, the Bionic Man, wins the Maxi Lee.
Thank you, Mike Bozich, for that call as we see Guardian Angel Oz win for trainer Annette Lorenzen in the 2019 edition of the Maxi Lee in 151. In the driver's seat, Tim Tetrick, and we caught up with him in the winner's circle. It is all about Tim Tetrick, the 6-time winner of the Maxi Lee Memorial. Tell me about Guardian Angel Oz. I saw him in the winner's circle. You had to take the bike off and everything.
He gets a little nervous. He's got tons of talent, and he's a work in progress, but he's a horse that can absolutely fly when everything's right.
About the race, now I saw it line up exactly how it went. What were you envisioning?
I thought Homicide might get out of there a little better and Trolley would get off there, but Trolley didn't get off on the right foot, and he got in a bad spot when the outside tier looped him. And I knew Pinkman didn't want to cut it, I didn't think, and I thought he'd be happy to follow my horse. My horse has been strong every start this year so far, coming back at 5, and I used my way to the front. It wasn't no easy half, 55, but my horse coasted the wire very well.
He is a beautiful animal, isn't he?
Absolutely gorgeous. He's big, he's black, and he's got to reach out way above his nose, and he's pretty to watch.
Unfortunately, we do have to take another break, but on the other side, we've got our blast from the past where we'll take you back more than a quarter century, and we'll introduce to you longtime standout trainer Fred Grant. Stay with us.
Cambest and O'Donnell scooting toward the quarter-mile mark.
The world is full of compromises, but not here. Not on this day. Not in this race. Not in this sport. Every bet is a hope. Return on investment comes in seconds. This is harness racing. We welcome you to the Harness Racing Fan Zone. See it all for yourself. Feel it in all the passion. Share that experience with others. The Harness Racing Fan Zone puts you in the driver's seat.
Pennsylvania is sort of the pinnacle of standardbred breeding. The best stallions stand in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania has what I consider to be the premier racing and breeding program in North America. Pennsylvania breds are worth a lot of money compared to other states because of the races they can be in.
Many farms have moved into the state because of our program here.
This is the creme de la creme, where the top horses are being bred and being raised.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week, racing's fastest paced half hour. It is time now to take a walk down memory lane. For this week's Blast from the Past, we're going to take you all the way back to 1993. And this week, we're going to show you something a little bit different. That's right. Heather, this week's Blast from the Past is not a race, but rather a time trial.
That's correct. So we're going back to August 1993 in Springfield, Illinois. And we're going to see Cam Best in his world record time trial. So you're not going to see a full field of horses like you usually would. You'll see maybe 2 horses on the screen, Cam Best and his prompter, as he becomes the fastest standardbred in history.
And he is at the half. 51-4. That may be the quickest anybody was ever at the half. He's there. 51 4/5. And now O'Donnell, who had the wind at his back in that second quarter, will face it when they turn for home. He is crosswind headed toward the 3/4 with the quickest front half ever recorded, 51-4, and he has just reached the 3/4, and now he will begin to battle fatigue as he turns for home. And Cam Best is there. All-time record, ladies and gentlemen, 1:19. Top of the stretch, Cam Best turns for home. Up 3/4, 1:19. Can he hang on? He's in the final 8th. He's driving to the wire. O'Donnell urging him on. 3/4, 1:19. You may see it today. Cam Best strong in the lane. Cam Best is at the wire. We'll have it for you in a moment. There he is, folks. He may be the world champion. 1:46, 1/5. Cam Best.
Cam Best crosses the wire in 1:46.1. And we're talking, this is back in 1993. Absolutely breathtaking. In the driver's seat was Hall of Famer Bill O'Donnell and the trainer, Fred Grant, who we had the opportunity to chat with right here at Silver Springs Ranch. Fred, we just watched the time trial with Cam Best. And now I know you're going to beat Matt Scooter record of 1:48.2, but did you ever expect that 1:46.1 is what Cam Best was going to do?
Oh, no, for sure. To be honest, no. But we did think we could break the world record, or we wouldn't have gone that day. We didn't think there was no sense going to finish second. But no, that was out of the. We thought it was out of reach, but we knew that he was going to go a good mile.
You know, it wasn't even perfect conditions that day, was it?
Well, the track turned out to be very good, but it had a pretty good little headwind. And we waited and we procrastinated as the day went on. They kept asking us, come on, when are you going to go? When are you going to go? I said, keep cutting the track, keep cutting the track. And they put some more water, and they said, well, no, we want to keep it hard so it's faster. I said, no, he'll go faster on a soft track, believe me. And it just, as the day went on, the day got better. So we waited till, usually late in the afternoon, things quiet down anyway.
I've never seen a time trial where the prompter could not even keep up with the horse doing the time trial. So you must have just been like that elated.
Well, where I was, I couldn't tell the fractions because I was over in the backstretch. And the worst part was we had to pay the prompters, and they never even showed up. No, realistically, they were there, but there was 2 of them. One left out with us when we started, and the other one was supposed to pick us up down by the half. Neither one of them got within range of him. So it was he did it on himself, him and Billy O.
You are from Nova Scotia. However, you winter in Florida, but you race here in Pennsylvania. So talk a little bit about how great it is to race here in the Keystone State.
Well, I was here before the pre-casino gambling and before the money got good. I'd spent 20 years in New Jersey, moved to Florida, and then Mr. Williams from Hanover Shoe Farm, Russell, he asked me to train. I was going to train all of his horses for him, but I had to kind of go with them. So we were going to make our base out of Pennsylvania, because his were all Pennsylvania bred. And it's just great to be here. They've done a wonderful job. I go back to Ron Bertoni in his days that got things going here. And Ronnie did a wonderful job getting the whole program started. It's been a great retirement foundation, a situation set up for trainers and drivers. It's just been a great place to be, and it's just gotten better and better. And now we're kind of on a pause, as they say.
That's okay, but we are definitely looking forward to racing again, and I cannot wait to see Explosive Breakaway. Give me an update on that trotter.
Yeah, he's been a real fun horse to be around. He's a 4-year-old now. He's a half brother to a mare named Fatosa, who's been an awesome mare for Smedsheimer. He's just been a real pleasure to be around. He's a real honest horse, doesn't make breaks, he can leave, doesn't wear trotting hobbles. He's the ideal horse you would like to have. And he's just, like I told you earlier, I think he might be the only trotter last year, at least that won a stake race at all 3 Pennsylvania tracks. He won the Sire Stakes at the Poconos, he won the Keystone Classic at the Meadows, and he won the Liberty Bell at Harris in Philadelphia. So that's a nice little thing to have on your record right there. He's just great. Come back real good. He's had his 3rd qualifier yesterday. He qualified in 55 and 2 last quarter, 27 and 3, and he's going to race Sunday in the 4-year-old Graduate Series.
It is time now for racing trivia, and while we just saw Cam Best lay claim to that world record back in 1993 and caught up with trainer Fred Grant, Heather's question this week has a little something to do with that.
Yeah, so the 146 and 1 mile has been broken. So here's my question. Who are the 2 horses to break Cam Best's world record?
Well, it is time now to take our final break, but when we come back, we'll have that trivia answer waiting, plus we'll update you on the Harness Horse Youth Foundation. Stick with us.
At Mohegan Sun Pocono, the colors shine a little brighter. The meals are just a little tastier, and the slots a little hotter. When you're here with great friends, the good times seem to last a little longer. And you just may feel a little luckier. Best of all, it's all a little closer, so you can shine on anytime you like. Shine on, Mohegan Sun Pocono.
It's Mac Lobel, and he's pouring it on. It's Niatros by 4, and he's going away.
The Harness Racing Museum and Hall of Fame, a place where heroes come to life, preserving harness racing's treasured past, while promoting its exciting future. And now get ready to harness your excitement with the thrill of harness racing's 3D simulator. The Harness Racing Museum and Hall of Fame, now offering free admission. Bigger, better, bolder than ever.
The Harness Horse Youth Foundation, changing lives since 1976 by providing unforgettable experiences while educating young racing fans. The Harness Horse Youth Foundation, hands-on equine learning at camps across the country and driving exhibitions. The Harness Horse Youth Foundation, providing scholarships, leadership programs, career and college information. Support the Harness Horse Youth Foundation. Log on to hhyf.org and find us on Facebook. The Harness Horse Youth Foundation, growing our future with enthusiasm.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week, coming to you this week from Silver Springs Ranch. Before our final break, Heather had our trivia question. Heather?
Okay, I wanted to know, who are the 2 horses who have beaten the Cam Best world record? So, 2 horses have gone in 146 flat, and they are Always Be Mickey with driver David Miller in 2016 and Lather Up with Montreal Teague in 2019. So, why don't we relive those stretch drives?
3/4 in 119 and 4. So they come to the top of the stretch. It's Always Be Mickey in front, and he eases away to a 2-length lead. Shambhala is tipped to the outside in second. All bets off racing in third. Always Be Mickey is full out. Shambhala trying to track him down on the outside. All bets off on the far outside. Always Be Mickey pacing home strongly. Shambhala second. Always Be Mickey is heading down to the line. Always Be Mickey in 146! World record!
3/4, 119 and 1 into the stretch. Always a Prince looking to take them all the way, but it's Lather Up on the outside. Lather Up, the perfect trip, trying to pay off. Montreal Teague going to work. Lather Up on the inside. Always a Prince can't go with him. And then this is the plan. It is Lather Up, a perfect trip paid off in the graduate final, and Lather Up is home in 146, equaling the all-time fastest mile in harness racing history.
Now, each year we typically have a feature show showing you highlights from the Harness Horse Youth Foundation. Well, unfortunately, because of the pandemic, those camps have had to be canceled this year.
Yeah, it's a total bummer, and I feel so badly for the kids because they have so much fun at those camps. But the fun does not have to stop this summer because the Harness Horse Youth Foundation, they've actually put together these activity boxes. It includes horse science and math and vocabulary words, education stuff. But don't tell your kids, they'll just think they're having fun, okay? So just go to hhyf.org, check out the website, order the boxes, go there anyway. It's a great organization and you should check out their website.
Well, I don't know about all of you, but for me, very few things can turn around a bad day like a good meme.
Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. And hopefully this meme that everybody is looking at will turn their day around. It's like the quarantine diet, but in horse style. Before the quarantine, after the quarantine, it's all about comfort food. I'm just pointing out the obvious in this meme. I don't know.
Absolutely. All about the quarantine. We'll put quotation marks around diet.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. That is good thinking.
And last week we talked about what was going to be trending in our little corner of the internet. We had a Twitter poll going. So last week we told you about this really interesting situation where we have the mare Treacherous Rain having an embryo flushed out of her. She's being somehow test tube bred with the stallion Better's Wish. So we put out on Twitter to ask, what should they name the baby?
Yeah, so I'm going to read to you our favorites. All right, so we've got Treacherous Transplant. Love that. All right, perfect. Wishing for Rain, Betting on Wins, and Treacherous Wish. Now, I know that this whole it's more of a fun activity than a contest, but you know, it was supposed to take the two parents' names. Like, why can't we just have a horse named PA Harness Week? Is that too much to ask?
I know.
Breeders out there, hello. Obvious, PA Harness Week, it's a winner.
If you've got a horse that's awfully purty, I've got a name that might work. Just give us a call. And as always, we're always taking new suggestions for the show. Make sure you visit us on social media. You can find us on Facebook at Harness Week and on Twitter at PA Harness Week. And again, we are coming to you from an absolutely stunning facility. And if you want to check out their website, you can find out more about the facility at silverspringsranch.net. And as always, you can rewatch this episode and all of our previous ones on our YouTube channel. And just like that, Heather, we are across the wire with week 3. It's crazy.
Told you it was going to be fast. It always is.
That's right.
So much fun.
Racing's fastest pace half hour, once again, in the books. Have a great weekend.